Hello and welcome to the second episode of The Mental Side, our first one with a guest. I'm here with the president and CEO of Brainwave Science, Krishna Ika, who's also my dad. So let's just get right into it. Obviously, we know you're a serial entrepreneur, and guess I just want to understand the entire journey from start to finish. So how did you get into entrepreneurship, and where are you at in the present day?
I started my journey, my entrepreneurial journey from India. So after my bachelor's in engineering in electrical and electronics, I first started my first company uh, in India. It's called Digital Graphics, where we used to digitize all the manual drawings, particularly aerial drawings, and computerizing them to JS applications, developing both digitizing the drawings as well as developing the database related to utility components on it. So that's we started with two engineers who are proficient in JS applications as well as CAD design, CAD drawings. Then we grew up that company into 17 engineers by the time we sold the company before I came to US. So I ran that company almost 1 year, 9 months and sold it. Then I came here to the US. It was actually early 90s, that is around 1993. I came to US. It's a IT boom started in the end of 80s, and is continuing the boom. So, and also Y2K projects are going on at that time. So I came with the aim. I came on by the time my brother, third brother Ravi Ika, started his environmental consulting firm, Invitech Corporation, getting some projects from the Mass Water and Sewer Board. Then our idea is that after I come here, we will incorporate additional services and software development in the same corporation, and start providing the software consulting, which was a very lucrative business in those days. So then I came. First of a few days, I took some time to understand the US environment. Then I started working on the software consulting part of the Invitech Corporation. We took a small office in Malden. From that office, I trying to hire certain software engineers, which are the skill sets which are very famous in those days. We used to hire those software engineers here in US as well as from India, and bring them on H1, sponsoring them on H1 and bring them here. So we ran that company till 99, 2099. We grew that company to 250 employees. Then we transitioned whatever we money we made out of those software consulting and environmental consulting, we transitioned into product development company. The first company is ikaSystems. Me and my brother again started that ikaSystems to develop a healthcare brokerage portal. That idea we got from few healthcare brokers approached us. So asked us whether you guys can develop a software package for brokers to automated process of generating the quotes for employers from multiple health plans. Then we told that yes, we can develop the package for you. So that's our first contract from the that brokerage company, and we developed first portal healthcare brokerage portal. After that, we understood that we can develop other portals also, which are very important for the health insurance company to run. So then we developed an administrative portal and a sales portal. Couple of other portals we developed along with it. After that, after a couple of years, we understood that the heart of a health insurance company is a claims processing system. We should develop that also. Then we are contemplating that whether we have to developing from scratch or buying a existing claims processing system from somebody. Then we identified somebody through a known contact. So we identified a doctor who is an oncologist. He practiced some time, and then he understood the what is the lacking in health insurance companies. He started developing the claims processing system with his knowledge in the healthcare system. He developed the very good system, as he was unable to sell. He sold to a couple of health plans, and then so he was unable to increase his sales. He was very interested to sell his company and join us in our team. So we merged that company into ikaSystems, and then he joined as a subject matter expert to develop other softwares. With his help and with our knowledge, we developed further improved portals as well as a claims processing system. So, but after a couple of years, I understood that I can do some federal consulting, federal contracts. So there, somebody gave a knowledge that federal consulting is software consulting is very lucrative business. So I started as a small business, government works, to do the federal consulting. And initially we became subcontractor to various federal contractors, going as a bidding along with the federal prime contractors, large projects, and large multi-year contracts and indefinite delivery and indefinite quantity kind of projects. We bid along with them. After gaining certain experience, we started bidding on our own. In that process, we understood that since we have a healthcare knowledge through ikaSystems, we can bid on some healthcare related projects also. Then we bid on one project where the Center for Medicare and Medicaid, CMS is looking for. They released a RFP for getting the proposals from the eligible companies who can develop a portal to disseminate to give the member information from the member database, which CMS collects in the data every 15 days. They um, repopulate that database with the new information. So that data they wanted to give to a couple of vendors who can develop a portal and provide members' data information to the Medicare health plans. So luckily we won that project. That really turned our fate, because it is very important for the Medicare health plans, this member data, which we provide to them. So that's how we got introduced to many health plans, by selling that member data services through that contract. And we from that time onwards we are aggressively able to sell our healthcare portals, as well as claims processing system what we developed. We also developed physician profiling system, but the market was not ready at that time. So ikaSystems and Government Works was doing very well in those days, and we have some federal contracts we won, and we were working on the federal contracts, and as well as we are selling the Medicare member services data to various Medicare health plans. Then at one point, one of the largest private equity firm, Providence Equity, I was interested and came and input 145 million by acquiring some stock in the company. Then after a couple of years, it was bought by Medicare, Blue Cross Blue Shield. ikaSystems was bought by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Then after that, we became a exclusive partner to ikaSystems. Through ikaSystems, they were selling this Medicare member data services, what we developed, and that became a great advantage to ikaSystems to sell other portal services as well as claim system. And after a couple of years, Blue Cross Blue Shield was interested to acquire our Government Works healthcare asset. So we sold that healthcare asset to Blue Cross Blue Shield. Then we still continuing the providing certain software consulting services to federal projects. Then we still run that company. That Government Works, we have top secret clearance from different security services. So we would like to keep that status, because it's quite helpful for other company what we started last 7 years. We are running that company, Brainwave Science. The Brainwave Science is incorporated in 2016. So after 9/11, I was inspired that how we can identify through some technical technology these terrorists before they attack. Can we identify them who are planning to attack in future? So with that idea that's brewing in my mind, after a couple of years, I identified there's a science. Using that science, we can develop technology to identify much before any terrorists or any criminals do any crime. We can identify their future intentions and future planning, and after they commit crime, also you can identify whether who all participated in that crime through reading their brain responses by showing certain stimuli to related to the terrorist situation or terrorist planning or terrorist attack situation or any crime related situation, particular crime related situation. You can identify um, any concealed information in the brain of the suspects. And so that company we are still running, we are doing very well, and we sold that to few countries. And we are also latest we are developing a credibility assessment technology which is very much required in the industry, in the commercial sector as well as in the government sector, to identify intent to steal intellectual property or trade secret of the company before they leak any information. So they can periodically they can conduct some credibility assessment tests. They can identify that. Then later on, we understood that after running that company, Brainwave Science, for a few years, we, with the knowledge of EEG data processing and what all information and features we can extract from EEG brain response features, we can identify future ailments, particularly neurological conditions, so which are where high healthcare dollars they consume in the present industry, present time. So we understood that by clubbing the ancient wisdom, which is without any medical intervention, you can apply certain cognitive therapies, ancient cognitive therapies. You can, after you identify any ailment in advance through advanced technologies using EEG and artificial intelligence, then you can apply this cognitive therapies and cure, reverse the disease at the early stage, or reduce the progression of the disease through this cognitive therapies. That's what we started a company called nirvanaHealth. Through that, we wanted to deploy these apps to identify stress and anxiety at the early stage, and both temporary and chronic stress. And depending on the level of stress and anxiety, you can apply some cognitive therapy anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the what stage the stress and anxiety with the person, and you can optimize that stress and anxiety level for a few hours. Again, you can repeat the same therapy after a few hours, so that the people can keep up their levels of stress at optimal level. So that we are about to release in a couple of months, and we are also working on early detection of Alzheimer's, particularly when it is early stage, that mild cognitive impairment stage. If you can identify, we through our experiments and research, we found that we can reverse that condition through cognitive therapies. So we are working in that area also, developing the app. Very soon we will release that app also. And we are working in a few neurological conditions in which we don't want to disclose right now, but at appropriate time we are going to disclose that what we that's our journey so far.
Yeah, so that was pretty in-depth analysis of your journey. If you want to just take us back to the beginning, um, can you tell us what inspired you to pursue entrepreneurship? And I know you said to me before that you didn't really get a job after undergrad. So what inspired you to just take that leap into entrepreneurship and not want to go out and work a job?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Basically, we are growing up. We are four brothers. I'm the youngest in my family. Um, the, I'm a average student, um, not unlike my brothers. Um, so after my bachelor's, um, I have a strong zeal. I would like to do on something on my own rather than working for somebody. So even my parents were forcing me to work sometime. Then you can start something on your own later on. I mean, after a couple of years of experience, but still, somehow I was not interested to work for somebody. That's when I started my first company in India. Um, that's how my entrepreneurial journey started.
So most people say that you require some type of experience and some type of corporate experience to be able to understand what it takes to run a company and what it takes to get it off the ground. Maybe some startup experience would help out, but you clearly didn't go that route, so and it's worked out well.
Experience definitely helps, like in the field, but that really doesn't give um, how to run a startup. Being working as a employee in a company, you understand the some domain knowledge. Um, so other than the domain knowledge, yeah, you do understand some need in the industry also, but running a company altogether is a different ball game, uh, which you must not have understood while working as an employee in the company. But still, you have to start from scratch to run a company.
So, in other words, you're saying just doing it is the best experience you can get.
Yeah, you can get into the start a company and learn through your journey what pitfalls as well as difficulties involved in running a startup.
Okay, so took us through your journey from start to present. Can you tell us how your priorities have shifted from the first venture to what you're doing currently?
As in when we saw what is in demand at that time in those days, uh, I started uh, um, idea to develop a product in that particular domain. In my the earlier days, starting days, the companies, all the industrial drawings, the mechanical, civil, electrical engineering drawings, as well as aerial drawings, the people are the companies digitizing them and putting them in the digital format. So that was the high demand in early 90s. So I understood that since I have knowledge of CAD and JS applications in my college days. So with that knowledge, I started a company in that domain. I was in India and I was planning that how we can go to US and start a software consulting firm. So with that idea, I came here and along with my brother, we started software consulting. It was a high demand in those days, software consulting. And after gaining experience through software consulting, understood the how the product development can be done. Uh, and what is the demand in those days. We understood healthcare is a evergreen area, and it's a there's a great opportunity is there, because systems are antiquated. The systems that health insurance companies are using. So we understood that there's a lot more can be done in the healthcare industry, particularly in the payers industry. So we got into payer in the industry through first acquaintance with the healthcare brokers. So while we're doing that, I got exposed to the federal market also. So how federal business is something different from the commercial sector business. So with that exposure, I simultaneously started running government works. So we have done a good job in getting in the early stage itself, getting good projects from the federal government, both in the defense as well as civilian sector. We got some projects, and as I told you that we got healthcare project from CMS also. So that helped ikaSystems very much.
That's good. So you would say that your priorities kind of went from in the business world went from like what was demanded to a little bit more about social impact and how you can really change the lives of other people to what
Definitely,
what you're doing right now.
Definitely that. After we got into the this EEG domain, how we can acquire brain responses through collecting through EEG. After we understood that the brain responses has tons of data in it, so we can easily help healthcare industry provide identifying the diseases in advance. We can help the mankind by not to suffer much after onset of the disease by identifying early stage of disease, ailments and diseases, and as well as we can cut down the care cost, total care cost. It's the total spent in the healthcare market is over 4.3 trillion or 4.5 trillion at this time. So we can tremendously cut down the cost of care, saving the federal government, commercial employers, and individuals. You can ultimately reduce the premiums, as well as by identifying an ailment diseases early stages, we can easily reverse using the ancient Vedic wisdom in the healthcare sector.
So that kind of leads me to my next question. Beyond profit, how do you define success for yourself and for your businesses?
Generally, everybody estimates somebody's success through how much money he made, but what change you brought in the society through your products, how you transformed certain domain, bringing certain technology into that domain. That's more important, I feel, rather than just amassing the wealth. So with that concept, I started working after I understood what we should do, what we have to offer to the society.
Great. So this brings me to like struggles and resilience. How have the struggles you've faced throughout the entire journey shaped your leadership style or your decision-making style?
It requires both decision making and leadership. You have to make right decisions at the right time. and leadership is also very important. Basically, how you nurture your entire team to work towards your goal. What is important for preaching them, employees also, apart from the earning in the form of salaries, bonuses, and stock options and all that. So how we can serve the mankind in more bringing some social change. What is the best way to lead their lives? So not just earning money is good enough. So you can be working with a company who has a social cause also. So employees who are working in that company, they are indirectly serving the social cause. So whatever benefit, spiritual benefit they get out of that, employees also share that benefit.
So yeah, so you're saying that it kind of evolved from leadership style, evolved from like profit focused or shareholder value focused to just societal focus or societal impact focus. That's what helped your leadership style really grow.
Yes, exactly.
So, so in terms of family dynamics, how has entrepreneurship impacted family life at all? Obviously, you talk about how your brother's been involved in a lot of business decisions and created a lot of companies together. So family is obviously intertwined with business, but how do you mix the two?
Luckily, my passion of developing companies and later on turned into every company has to bring some social change and work for social cause also. So my family's started understanding very well that what's my goals in my life. So they well cooperated with me. So I generally work almost 15 to 16 hours a day. So apart from that, my sleeping and other activities take some of my time. So apart from that, I do some meditation, mantra meditation. So that really helped me to improve my lifestyle and as well as my cognitive skills and focus and
Yeah, so family is just like having that support system and having them align with your values just means a lot.
yes, of course.
Yeah, so since you started talking about your daily routine, can you take us through your daily routine from getting up to going to bed?
Yeah, I generally get up around 3:45 to 4 o'clock in that time, and after my complete my morning, getting brush my teeth, and then after that I start my mantra meditation for a couple of hours. After finishing that, I will do my some yoga, Surya Namaskar, and some stretches. Then I will take my shower and get ready for my daily routine, starting my job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start generally around 8 o'clock my office work, and I work till 6 o'clock. Then again I take 15 minutes, 20 minutes rest. Then do my mantra meditation again, 1 hour. After that, again I'll start working any unfinished tasks for that day. Then I work till I sleep. Then I take rest around 9:30. Again, get up at 3:45 or 4.
Great. So that kind of takes me into what this podcast is really about, and I guess like the defining word of this podcast and what we want to learn from all of our guests is discipline. And I know obviously from being your son, I know that discipline is a big facet of your life. If you could give me a one sentence definition of discipline, what would it be?
Well, any success, success in the family or success in the professional life or in the business as an entrepreneur, discipline is very important. So, last few years, I'm also understood that what is the purpose of my life here, and so I started practicing vegetarian, eating vegetarian, as well as um, to control my brain, control my mind. Um, I also practicing no intoxication, no gambling, and I also do the mantra meditation, which is really helping me to move me in the right path, and that all those things are bringing me good discipline in what I'm doing.
So, to kind of summarize that, you would say discipline equals sacrifice. And
It's not a sacrifice. I don't say that discipline.
Sacrifice of like pleasurable things, things that give you short-term pleasure.
Actually, what I'm practicing is a great pleasure. Actually, once you understand, I was not aware of that. Generally, people think that pleasure comes through going for sightseeing, eating the tasty food, whatever they like, and having some whatever habits, drinking and eating good food. And all this is people feel that it's a pleasure after earning whatever they after achieving their success and having the good amount of money. But I understood lately that really doesn't give you great happiness, but it's eventually it spoils your health over a period of time. But what I'm doing, what I'm eating, and what I'm doing, it's giving a lot more pleasure, a lot more happiness and satisfaction. So once you see the higher taste, higher you don't like it, obviously lower taste.
Okay. So, you talked about meditation. Is that how you manage stress and burnout, along with a vegetarian diet? Um, is meditation one of the key factors in managing stress and burnout?
Yes, exactly. The meditation does um, give benefit to every individual in many ways. Through mantra meditation, you are doing one is meditation, another one is you are chanting the holy name. By doing that, your focus, attention, calmness, cognitive skills, all of them improve a greater extent. That really, and it calms down your mind. Stress and anxiety can be easily managed throughout your daily routine through this mantra meditation. So I understood that after after your daily routine in the evening, again you do some more time mantra meditation, which gives you a very good way to sleep very well. So you don't feel any kind of what do you call insomnia or sleep deprivation. problems, you won't see that. So it easily manages, the mantra meditation easily manages your sleeping pattern. You get a very good REM sleep. Um, Even you sleep 5 to 6 hours.
So that takes me into like how faith has played into your evolution as a person, as a businessman, and as a family man. And so can you talk about faith a little bit and how I know from experience the past couple of years that you really picked up a lot of things from your faith, but can you talk about how it's helped you over the past couple of years? And what like a lack of faith did before and what's the difference now?
Actually, when I saw that my discipline is greatly improved through my faith, that basically it gave me a right understanding of life. Um, Actually, one should reading Bhagavad Gita, which gives you right direction. What is the purpose of you in this world, and how you have to fulfill that purpose, and what's your journey before you leave your body, what you have to fulfill in this world. So it gave me a great understanding, and everybody should know what is the purpose of their life in this world.
Yeah, so right now I'm taking a philosophy class and we examine some of the great ancient Greek philosophers like Socrates and Plato. And some of the things they were saying, I think Socrates said this, was that an unexamined life is not one worth living. And so, do you think that for humans to really live a fulfilling life, they have to ask these questions of themselves of like, what is the purpose of their life, and what should I be doing here on this earth?
Yeah, definitely. You have to understand what is the purpose of your living here, why you came here in this form. I come from a faith where soul, after soul is created, there is no death with soul. So soul transmigrates into different bodies. So that sole purpose is going back home, going back to the Godhead. So that's possible only through human life. So I understood lately that what is the purpose of my life, and I'm working towards it to um, do as much as possible to go back in this life.
So to finish off, the last thing would be, could you give us like one mantra or one quote that a person should live by, that you feel that a person should live by?
The person should understand first is the purpose of living. Once you understand that purpose of living through right scripture, then you have to follow that path. To that is the successful path. Not amassing wealth in this world is not considered as success.
Perfect. So that was all I had, and it was a very insightful conversation. So thank you for coming on and being our first guest, first of many. And with that, that's the end of the second episode. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.